Good evening, my friends. How are you? Today we will talk about 5 places in a woman's body that many men do not know about, and yet they make her feel weak in front of you. But not as you imagine. Have you ever noticed how a small touch from a man can completely change a woman's feelings? Have you ever asked yourself why a woman can be moved by a very simple movement while another woman shows no reaction at all? Is it all about the sweet talk, or are there certain areas of the woman's body hiding emotional keys that no one sees? Today, I am speaking to you not only as a practicing doctor, but also as an expert in marital relations. She has seen many cases of couples who were suffering from emotional dryness and were able to renew their relationship once they applied these concepts. What I'm going to say now is the same words and advice that I always say in the clinic, which has actually reached the hearts of hundreds of men and women and was like magic to them, bringing back the flavor of life from the beginning and anew. Today's video is not like the content that is repeated everywhere about the exciting places in a woman's body. No. We will reveal facts that have not yet been talked about in the profound way they deserve. We will explain in points how they are considered hidden gateways to deep emotional communication, and how, with very simple but effective messages, you can ignite the horizon of the relationship between spouses and revive feelings that were almost swept away. The most important message I want to convey is that this video is not a sexual guide. It is a gateway to a deeper understanding of a woman's psychological nature, which unfortunately is often reduced to superficial concepts that prevent a man from truly reaching his partner's conscience. Before we begin, remember that you are using this advice within a religious and moral framework, and in a lawful manner that preserves the dignity and rights of the other party. Let's start with the first area that we often pass by without realizing it, even though it can send a very strong emotional message to a woman's heart. The first area is the back of the head, or as I like to call it, the forgotten safety zone. Believe it or not, a simple place like the back of the head can have a very deep psychological impact on a woman. We are not talking here about a sensitive physical area, but about a gateway to a feeling of containment when a man gently places his palm on this area or runs his fingers affectionately over her, and without uttering a word, he sends her a clear message. I am by your side, and I will not let you be limited. This touch reminds a woman of the first sense of security, the feeling she has been searching for her whole life, and which she finds in the embrace of a man who understands that the caress of his hand can be worth thousands of words. This is not a sexual touch. It is a deep emotional touch. You may notice that some mothers do it unintentionally to calm their children, but when the man conveys it to his wife, it takes on a completely different meaning. It becomes a silent expression of love, appreciation, and attention to her. An idea I had in the clinic once: a married couple came complaining of coldness in their relationship. I told him very simply, when you find her upset, just put your hand on her head without saying a word. 2 weeks later, they came back and he told me, I feel that something big has changed. We no longer quarrel like before. The second point of comfort. The hand is the psychological bridge between two hearts. Have you ever thought that just holding hands can completely change a person's feelings? The hand is not just for greetings or a passing hug. It has a much deeper meaning when you hold hands. Your partner and press her gently and sincerely, as if you are telling her, I am here now, and I am completely with you. The matter is not just a movement. It is a direct means of communication with her emotional subconscious in moments of tension or in silent daily situations. When you hold her hand for no clear reason, in reality, you are sending her a hidden internal message saying, "Do not worry, everything will be fine." The power in this touch is not only psychological, but scientific studies have proven that contact between the palms of the hands makes the body secrete hormones such as oxytocin, which is known as the love hormone. This hormone increases the feeling of comfort and belonging. Through my experience and observations, I can tell you with confidence that many couples who were suffering from coldness or indifference in their relationship improved their condition significantly after they started holding each other's hands in a more sincere and affectionate way. All of this is only because they do this simple act with greater seriousness and care. The third point is the area behind the ear. It is a window to emotional warmth. Behind the woman's ear is a very sensitive nervous area. It is not only a place for physical arousal, but it is also an important center for receiving unspoken psychological signals. When a man touches this place gently or runs his fingers behind his partner's ear affectionately, he conveys to her a feeling of closeness and warmth, a feeling that is very difficult to describe in words. Some women show a strong reaction to this touch without realizing it because it simply opens an inner door to a hidden feeling of presence and love. The most beautiful thing is that this type of touch does not have to be linked to moments of intimacy. But it can happen in a very normal situation, such as when you are sitting, talking, watching TV, or even going out together for a simple walk. This physical and psychological communication builds trust and understanding between the spouses again in a very calm way, but its effectiveness is very long. The fourth point is the middle of the back. The hidden support point is the middle of the back, specifically the area between the shoulders. People often ignore it, although in reality, it is one of the most important areas that deeply expresses a woman's feeling of support and dependence. When a man puts his hand on his wife's back in this particular place, without speaking, he sends her a clear message. "I am your support. I am your back." This touch is not just a passing gesture. It is a touch that indicates his livelihood, commitment, and partnership in life. Many women, they say they feel a great sense of relief when someone hugs them from behind, because this position restores their sense of trust in the other party, especially in a world full of anxiety and uncertainty. Through my experience with couples, I always ask the man to touch the middle of his wife's back gently, whether in a moment of silence or even during a disagreement. What often happens is that they tell me that as soon as I did that, I calmed down without me saying a word. This means that the body can sometimes express deep feelings that words themselves cannot reach. The fifth point is the area between the eyebrows, the center of spiritual serenity. This point may be a surprise to many people, but the truth is that it's one of the areas most associated with relaxation and inner peace. When a man touches this place gently, whether with his hand or even with a light kiss, the woman feels a very deep feeling that is easily explained. This position, which is known in some cultures as the third eye, is used in meditation and inner communication exercises because it's associated with a feeling of calm and balance. When a partner touches this area in a moment full of tenderness that makes her feel that he sees inside her and understands her without her asking, appreciating her human depth, you may not believe how many relationships have been reconciled just because of this kind of silent touches that come from the heart, not from physical desire. In the end, what I want to confirm is that an emotional relationship is not just a few repeated actions or a daily routine. A real relationship is communication on different levels: physical, psychological, and spiritual. When a man masters touching this fifth spot with respect and kindness, He is not just touching his partner's body. He is knocking on the door of her heart. Perhaps for the first time, he finds himself able to truly understand her. To touch her soul before her body. Whether you are a young man about to get married or a man who wants to revive old feelings in a long relationship, know that change always starts with the details. The greatest love messages are not those that are said, but those that are felt. A woman is not looking for sweet words to be said, but she needs love to be experienced, love to be touched, love to be understood. Before you close the video and move on to another, let me give you a simple challenge. Write in the comments what was the most touching thing that affected you that day and was stronger than 1,000 words. We want to see your emotional awareness and thinking that you can express in just one sentence. If you found in this video an idea that opened a new map to understand your wife, or you felt something that you had forgotten, do not be stingy in sharing it with someone you love. It may be a reason for repairing a relationship or reviving a feeling that was burning and warming. May you always have warm feelings and tranquil hearts. Goodbye, my friends. I love you all.